I came home with a stranger. My wife yelled, "Who is she? What's going on?" We walked in silently. "Meet the wife of your lover," I said. My wife froze. I never thought I'd be the guy posting here, but I need to get this off my chest before I lose my mind. I'm Jasper, 32, and I fix medical equipment at the hospital downtown. MRI machines, ventilators, the works. It's methodical work. You trace problems back to their source, fix what's broken, test everything twice. That analytical mindset is probably what saved me from years of blindness. My wife Jasmine is 30, works as a luxury condominium concierge at one of those glass towers where apartments start at $2 million. She knows everyone's business, who's cheating, who's broke but pretending, who orders escorts every Friday. The irony isn't lost on me now. We've been married 7 years. Met at a friend's party where she was the brightest thing in the room, working the crowd while I nursed a beer in the corner. Somehow she chose me. The quiet tech guy who'd rather rebuild a circuit board than make small talk. She said she loved how steady I was, how I noticed details others missed. Funny how those details started adding up. It started 3 months ago. Small stuff. She mentioned working overtime on a Tuesday, covering for someone sick. But when I dropped by with dinner as a surprise, her coworker Brenda said Jasmine left at 3. Family emergency, Brenda said, looking confused. When I asked Jasmine later, she insisted Brenda must have mixed up the days. Then came the receipt. It fell out of her purse when she was grabbing her keys, $180 at a steakhouse I'd been wanting to try. 2 dinners, expensive wine, paid cash. The date? Last Thursday, when she was supposedly at her sister's helping with the baby. Oh, that, she laughed when I asked. Work thing. Had to entertain some potential residents, show them the neighborhood. Jerry from management was there too. I didn't push it. But I started noticing patterns. Her phone, which used to sit face up anywhere, now lived face down. The password changed from our anniversary date to something I didn't know. She'd take calls on the balcony, voice low, always worked stuff that couldn't wait. She'd shower the second she got home, even if she'd just been at the desk all day. The gym bag appeared in her car, designer, not her style. Trying to get healthy, she said. But it never moved from the trunk. Never got dirty. The workout clothes inside still had tags. She started having girls' nights every other Thursday. Wine with Brenda and the crew. Except Brenda mentioned once she hadn't seen Jasmine outside work in months. You said you went wine tasting with Brenda last week, I said one evening, keeping my voice casual. I did. Brenda posted pictures from her daughter's recital that night. Jasmine didn't miss a beat. Different Brenda. From the South Tower property. You don't know her. The lies were getting lazy. Or maybe she thought I was too trusting to connect dots. The old me would have been. The old me would have assumed I was being paranoid, that work stress was making me see problems where none existed. But I fix problems for a living. And every instinct told me something in my marriage was broken. Last night was what pushed me over the edge. She came home at 11, said the management meeting ran late. Her dress was wrinkled in the back, the specific pattern you get from sitting against leather seats. Her makeup was perfect except for her lipstick, fresh, but a different shade than what she'd left with that morning. And the smell. Not cologne exactly, but something masculine. Subtle. Like she'd tried to air it out during the drive home. How was the meeting? I asked. Boring. Budget reports, resident complaints. The usual. Jerry complain about the overtime reports again? She laughed. You know him so well. Except Jerry's been on medical leave for 2 weeks. I knew because his wife had called me to fix their daughter's breathing monitor as a favor. I didn't confront her. Instead, I waited until she was asleep and did something I'm not proud of. I installed recovery software on our laptop, the one synced to her phone's cloud backup. This morning, while she was in the shower, I ran it. Most of the deleted messages were nothing. Shopping lists, spam, work group chats. But buried in the recovered data from 2 months ago, I found something that made my blood run cold. Can't wait to hold you at our place tonight. One letter that changed everything. I sat there staring at the screen while Jasmine sang in the shower, some pop song about being young and free. My hands were steady. That surprised me. No shaking, no rage, just this cold clarity settling into my bones. I dug deeper into the recovered messages. Most were fragments, half-deleted conversations that the software couldn't fully restore. But there were enough pieces. Missing you. Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about what you did with that. The rest cut off, corrupted data. Our place. They had in our place. I screenshot everything, uploaded it to 3 different cloud services under accounts she didn't know about. Then I cleared the recovery software, deleted the browser history, and closed the laptop just as the shower turned off. "Morning, babe," she said, toweling her hair. "You're up early." "Couldn't sleep. Might be coming down with something." She kissed my forehead, her performance perfect. "Want me to grab you some medicine on my way home?" "I'm good." "Hey, you working late tonight?" "Normal shift." "Why?" "Thought we could try that new Thai place." Her smile flickered for half a second. "Actually, I forgot, Brenda's birthday drinks." "Sorry, rain check?" Brenda's birthday was in October. It was March. After she left, I called in sick to work. First time in 3 years. Then I drove to her building and parked where I could see the employee exit. My buddy Terrence works security there. We'd fixed his kid's insulin pump last year when insurance was being difficult. He owed me. "Terrence, need a favor. Think Jasmine might be planning a surprise for me, want to make sure I don't ruin it. She been leaving early lately?" He laughed. "Man, your wife's been cutting out at 3, sometimes 2, couple times a week. Thought she had some flexible arrangement." I waited. At 2:47, she walked out. But not alone. The man with her was everything I wasn't. Tall, built like he had a personal trainer, wearing a suit that probably cost more than I made in a month. They weren't touching, but there was an intimacy in how they moved together. He opened the door to a black Audi RS7, the kind of car that screams money without trying. I followed them at a distance. They drove across town to a neighborhood I'd never been to, old money area, trees older than the city itself. They pulled into a boutique hotel called the Whitmore. Valet took the car. They walked in like they owned the place. I sat in my car for 20 minutes, debating. Then I walked in. The lobby was all marble and soft jazz. I went to the bar, ordered a coffee, and watched. They weren't in the lobby or restaurant. So they were upstairs. The bartender was chatty. "You waiting for someone?" "Maybe. See that couple that just came in? Tall guy, expensive suit?" "Mr. Thorne? He's one of our regulars. Every other Thursday, sometimes Tuesdays. Books the penthouse suite. Must be nice having that auction house money." "Auction house. Thorne." I left cash for the coffee and walked out. In my car, I searched Thorne Auction House on my phone. Third result, Liam Thorne, Senior Acquisitions Specialist at Caldwell Estate Auctions. His bio photo matched. Specialized in high-value estate sales, traveled frequently for private collections. His LinkedIn was a goldmine. Married to Rena Thorne. 2 kids. His Facebook was private, but his wife's wasn't. Family photos from last Christmas. Him playing with a little girl, maybe 6 years old. Caption, "Daddy's finally home for the holidays." The bastard had a family. I drove home and methodically went through 3 months of bank statements. Small withdrawals I hadn't noticed. $200 here, $300 there. Always cash. Always on Thursdays or Tuesdays. The pattern was right there. That evening, Jasmine came home at 10, slightly buzzed, talking about Brenda's birthday shots. I played along, asked about her day, listened to her lies. When we went to bed, she curled into me, whispered she loved me. I stared at the ceiling until she fell asleep. Then I got up, went to the closet, and found what I was looking for in her jewelry box. The anniversary necklace I'd bought her last year. The one she'd cried about losing at the gym. Except it wasn't lost. It was there, in the back, tangled with another necklace I'd never seen before. A delicate gold chain with a small diamond pendant. Inside the pendant was an inscription, "Forever, L. Forever." The word mocked me as I stood there holding evidence of my wife's betrayal at 2 a.m. I photographed both necklaces, then put everything back exactly as I'd found it. The next 3 days, I became someone I didn't recognize. I smiled at breakfast, kissed her goodbye, asked about her day. All while building my case. Tuesday came. She left at 2:30. I followed them to the Whitmore again, but this time I was prepared. I bought a small camera, the kind people use for dash cams. Caught them in the parking garage, his hand on her lower back, her laughing at something he said. The way she used to laugh with me, but I needed more than hotel visits. I needed everything. Through my hospital connections, I got access to old parking records, Turned out Jasmine's key card had been logging entries and exits at multiple buildings, not just hers. The South Tower she'd mentioned? No record of her ever visiting. But there were plenty of entries at a residential building in Liam's neighborhood. I pulled Liam's expense reports, public record through his company's transparency policy. Every client meeting, every business dinner, every travel receipt. The patterns lined up perfectly. When he was supposedly previewing estates in the city, Jasmine was mysteriously working late. By Friday, I had 60 pages of evidence. Timestamps, photos, financial records. It was enough to confront her, divorce her, take everything. But something felt incomplete. His wife, Rena. She deserved to know. And maybe, just maybe, she had pieces I didn't. Finding her was easy. Rena Thorne ran a vintage book conservation studio called Bound in Time. The website had her professional email, phone number, even her workshop hours. Saturday morning, I sat in my car outside her studio for an hour, working up the courage. Finally, I called. Bound in Time, Rena speaking. Her voice was soft, professional. The voice of someone who had no idea her world was about to shatter. Mrs. Thorne, my name is Jasper. You don't know me, but we need to talk about your husband. Silence. Then, if this is about a commission, you need to contact the auction house directly. It's about Thursday afternoons at the Whitmore Hotel. The silence stretched longer this time. Is this some kind of prank? Check your email. I just sent you something. I heard typing, then a sharp intake of breath. I'd sent one photo, Liam and Jasmine entering the hotel, his hand possessive on her waist. Who is she? Her voice had gone hollow. My wife. Another silence. This could be anything. A business meeting, room 1247. The penthouse suite. Every other Thursday for 3 months. Sometimes Tuesdays. Charged to his company card as client entertainment. I heard what sounded like a chair scraping. I need to call you back. She didn't call. But 20 minutes later, a text came through, Café Luna on Morrison. 1 hour. The cafe was nearly empty. She was already there, in a corner booth, looking like she'd aged 5 years in the last hour. Rena Thorne was beautiful in an understated way, dark hair, tired eyes, hands that shook slightly as she held her coffee cup. Show me everything, she said without preamble. I slid her a folder. She went through it methodically, like she was examining rare manuscripts. Professional. Detached. Until she got to the credit card statements. These charges. They're not just hotels. She pulled out her phone, cross-referencing something. This restaurant, this jewelry store, these are dated when he said he was at estate sales. When he missed Emma's recital. When he couldn't make Ben's soccer tournament. I'm sorry. She laughed, bitter and sharp. He's been using the company card. These aren't client meetings. This is embezzlement. What? I have access to his business accounts. I do the quarterly audits for tax purposes. These receipts, these hotels, they're being charged to estates. Dead people's money funding is a fair. She pulled out a tablet. Look at this. The Pemberton estate, the Montgomery collection, he's been skimming. Small amounts, but consistent. Her fingers flew across the screen, pulling up spreadsheets, invoices, bank transfers. The theft was elegant, almost invisible unless you knew what to look for. $47,000, she said finally. Over 8 months. That's fraud. That's prison time. We sat there, two strangers bound by betrayal, staring at the evidence. I want to destroy him, she said quietly. Both of them. Destruction needs to be methodical, I said, stirring sugar into my third coffee. Like surgery. Every cut deliberate. Rena had stopped crying an hour ago. Now she was something else, focused, sharp, dangerous. We'd moved from the cafe to an all-night diner where nobody cared about two people spreading documents across a corner table. The quarterly celebration, she said suddenly. Caldwell Estate Auctions throws it every quarter for major clients and staff. Black tie, very public. It's next Thursday. Liam will be there? He has to be. He's getting an award for highest sales. Her laugh was hollow. Sales built on stolen money. Jasmine told me she has a mandatory building management seminar that night. We looked at each other. The same thought, the same realization. They'll be together, Rena said. Probably at your place. They think we're both accounted for. Over the next week, we met every night after our spouses were asleep. Rena's friend from college worked IT at the Whitmore, got us the security footage we needed. My contact at the phone company pulled deleted text threads from the cloud. Every piece of evidence was backed up to multiple servers, printed in triplicate, organized in folders. Rena documented the embezzlement meticulously. Each transaction traced from the estate account to Liam's personal spending. She found more. He'd been selling items from estates before they were cataloged, pocketing cash deals that never hit the books. 63,000, she updated Wednesday night. Plus the unreported sales. I handled the technical side. Set up automated emails scheduled to send simultaneously. Created cloud folders with viewing permissions ready to activate. Built what was essentially a dead man's switch. If we didn't check in every 12 hours, everything would automatically release to a preset list of contacts. Who are you sending to? Rena asked. I showed her my list. Her father, he gave us our house down payment, very traditional man. Her sister, her boss, the building management company, every resident whose information she has access to. Your turn. Her list was brutal. The auction house board of directors, the state licensing board, the estate's attorneys, the FBI's white-collar crime unit, his mother, she already thinks I'm not good enough for him, and this reporter who's been investigating auction house fraud. Thursday arrived like Christmas morning if Christmas involved destroying lives. I told Jasmine I'd be stuck at the hospital. Emergency surgery, they need all the equipment running. Might be an all-nighter. Oh no, babe. Well, I'll be at that boring seminar anyway. Text me when you're done? She kissed me goodbye. I wondered if it would be the last time. At 6, I met Rena 2 blocks from my house. She looked different, steel in her spine, wore paint makeup. His phone location shows him leaving the office, she said. Heading your direction. We sat in her car, watching. At 6:47, Liam's Audi pulled into my driveway. My driveway. The audacity of it. 5 minutes later, Jasmine's car arrived. Give them time to get comfortable, I said. Rena was recording everything on her phone. We watched them through the kitchen window, opening wine, laughing, touching casually like couples do when they think they're alone. She's wearing the necklace, Rena noticed. The one he bought with the Pemberton estate money. At 7:30, we made our move. I had my key ready, but stopped at the door. Last chance to back out, I told Rena. They didn't give us a last chance. I unlocked the door quietly. We could hear them in the living room, music playing, Jasmine laughing at something. We walked down the hallway, our footsteps silent on the carpet. The scene was almost domestic. Wine glasses on the coffee table, Jasmine's legs across Liam's lap, his hand on her ankle. They were looking at something on his phone, probably planning their next rendezvous. I cleared my throat. Jasmine's head snapped up. The wine glass in her hand shattered on the floor. Liam jumped to his feet, his face cycling through confusion, recognition, and pure terror as he saw Rena beside me. Hello, darling, Rena said to her husband, her voice sweet as poison. Working late again? Jasmine's mouth opened and closed like a fish. Jasper? What? Who is? Funny story, I said, closing the door behind us, sealing them in. We should talk. That's when we heard the sirens. The sirens wailed past, heading somewhere else. But Liam's face had already drained of color, like he thought they were coming for him. Soon enough, they would be. Jasper, what is this? Jasmine stood, trying to regain control. Who is this woman? What are you doing? Sit down, I said, my voice calm. Both of you. I'm leaving. Liam moved toward the door. No, Rena said, stepping in front of him. You're not. Not until you've seen what we have to show you. This is insane. Sit down. I'd never heard my voice like that before. Cold. Final. They sat. Jasmine tried reaching for my hand. I pulled away. Jasper, baby, whatever you think. Thursday, March 3rd. The Whitmore Hotel, room 1247. Thursday, March 10th, same room. Tuesday, March 15th, changed it up, room 810. I pulled out my phone. Should I continue? Those were client meetings, Liam said quickly. I can explain. Rena laughed. Client meetings? Is that what you call it? She connected her phone to our TV. Let's watch some client meetings. The security footage played. Liam and Jasmine in the hotel lobby, his hand sliding down her back. In the elevator, her fingers in his hair. The hallway camera showing them stumbling into the room, already pulling it close. Turn it off, Jasmine whispered. We're just getting started, I said. Next video. This one was audio. Liam's voice, recorded from Rena's tablet she'd hidden in his home office 2 days ago. I can't wait to be done with this charade. Once the Singapore collection sells, we'll have enough to start fresh. Jasmine's voice, tinny through his phone speaker. What about Rena? What about her? She's so buried in her dusty books she won't notice until we're gone. And Jasper? Your description? Sweet but boring? He'll probably thank you for leaving. I watched my wife's face crumble. Those were her words. Her exact words. That's not. I didn't mean. February credit card statements, I continued, pulling up my laptop. Interesting charges, Liam. The Pemberton estate was billed for a romantic dinner for two. The Montgomery collection apparently needed a suite at the Whitmore. Tell me, do dead people often require hotel rooms? Liam's phone started buzzing. He grabbed for it, but Rena was faster. Oh look, she said. It's Gerald from the board. And Patricia. And the FBI tip line confirmation. That's weird, why would they be texting you? You didn't, he breathed. We did, I said. Everything. Every receipt, every video, every stolen penny. It's all been sent. Your company, the licensing board, the authorities, the families of every estate you robbed. And for you, Rena turned to Jasmine, we were even more thorough. Your father received a lovely package of photos. Your sister too. Your boss, along with a note about how you've been accessing resident information for personal use. That's a felony, by the way. Every contact in both your phones now has the full story. Jasmine lunged for her phone on the coffee table. I held up my hand. Already done. The emails went out 15 minutes ago. While you were drinking wine in my house, sitting on my couch, planning your next lie. Her phone exploded with notifications. Calls, texts, emails. Her father's face appeared on the screen. A video call. She declined it. He called again immediately. Answer it, I said. Tell Daddy where you are. She was crying now, mascara running black rivers down her cheeks. You destroyed me. You destroyed everything. No, I said. You did that. We just documented it. Liam's phone was going crazy too. He stood, pacing, running his hands through his hair. The Singapore collection. That's 12 million in consignment. They'll pull it. They'll pull everything. Prison's going to be tough for you, Rena observed. White-collar crime unit said embezzlement over 50,000 is federal. That's 5 to 10 years. The doorbell rang. We all froze. That'll be your father, I told Jasmine, checking my phone. His location shows him in the driveway. Oh, and he brought someone. Through the window, I could see a police cruiser pulling up behind him. The doorbell rang again, more insistent. Through the window, I watched Jasmine's father, Harold, storm up the walkway. 6'3" of old-school military bearing, still built like he could break someone in half at 70. Answer it, I told Jasmine. She shook her head, mascara-streaked face pale. I can't. Then I will. I opened the door. Harold's face was volcanic, a printed email crushed in his fist. Behind him, 2 officers stood by their cruiser. Where is she? I stepped aside. He saw Jasmine, then Liam, then Rena. His jaw worked like he was chewing glass. Officers are here for Mr. Thorne, Harold said. FBI's white-collar unit will want statements from everyone tomorrow. Liam stood. This is entrapment. I'll sue. Shut up. Harold's voice could have frozen hell. You're done talking. He turned to Jasmine. $27,000. That's what I gave you two for this house. I want it back. Tonight. Dad, please. Tonight. Or I file my own charges for fraud. You told me it was for a house. Not to fund a lifestyle while you. He couldn't finish. The officers entered. Liam Thorne? We need you to come with us. They read his rights while Rena watched, stone-faced. As they cuffed him, his phone rang again, his mother calling. Rena answered it. Hello, Patricia. Yes, it's true. Every word. Your son stole $63,000 and destroyed 2 families. Have a blessed evening. After they left, Harold looked at me. Divorce papers? Filed this morning. Asset freeze too. Fraud complaints with her employer. He nodded once, Approval from a man who'd never liked me much but apparently hated cheaters more. The house? Premarital asset. Plus your loan makes her stake negative. Good. He turned to Jasmine. Your mother's crying. Your sister won't speak to you. Your job called. You're suspended pending investigation. You have 1 hour to pack. Where am I supposed to go? Your childhood room's still available. Though your mother might burn it down first. She looked at me, desperate. Jasper, please. 7 years. Doesn't that mean anything? It did to me. Apparently, it was just paperwork to you. She left with her father, 2 suitcases and a garbage bag of clothes. No jewelry, that was evidence now. No dignity either. Rena stayed after they left. We sat in my kitchen, drinking whiskey neither of us tasted. What happens now? She asked. Liam's trial. Divorce proceedings. Rebuilding. The kids don't know yet. I have to figure out how to tell them daddy's not coming home for a while. You'll manage. You're stronger than you think. She smiled, the first real one I'd seen from her. So are you. 3 months later, the dust had settled into new patterns. Liam got 18 months federal, plus restitution. The auction house folded after clients pulled their collections. Jasmine's building fired her after discovering she'd given Liam access to their resident database. He'd been scouting for valuable estates. I ran into her at a grocery store last week. She was working register, name tag crooked, eyes hollow. She'd aged years and months. Jasper. She saw my basket, ingredients for dinner for one, the good wine I could never afford when I was supporting both of us. You look good. I'm doing well. I heard you got promoted. Lead biomedical engineer. Yeah. Turns out I had more time to study once I wasn't being lied to every night. She flinched. I know I have no right to ask, but are you happy now? After everything? I thought about it. The house was quiet but honest. My bank account was mine. My future was mine. No more detective work, no more wondering, no more lies. I'm free, I said. That's better than happy. Her manager called her back to register 3. She walked away, shoulders bent under weight she'd carry forever. My phone buzzed. Rena, sending a photo from Emma's recital, the one Liam missed because he was in prison. Thank you for giving us our life back, the text read. I deleted Jasmine's number from my phone. Then I went home to my quiet, honest house and cooked dinner for one. The wine tasted like victory. Freedom tastes better than revenge. But sometimes, they're the same thing. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.